Who was the greater genius, Albert Einstein or Isaac Newton? Two of the most celebrated scientific minds in human history. But when it comes to deciding who stood taller, the debate never ends. Some say Einstein was smarter, others put Newton ahead. Many great scientists of our time have admitted something remarkable. If Newton were alive in Einstein's era, he might have reshaped physics. And if Einstein had lived in Newton's time, perhaps his genius wouldn't shine. That's how influential Sir Isaac Newton truly was. Even Einstein himself confessed Newton was a creative genius of highest order. Newton's theories were treated as unshakable truth for nearly 2 centuries. Even today, we begin physics by learning Newton's laws of motion. Einstein's theories only come much later in higher studies. But what happens when the brightest minds don't agree? What happens when the very foundation of science is questioned? You are watching time flipped. Imagine this: you drop a ball from your hand. Newton would say it falls because of gravity pulling together. Simple, direct, and elegant explanation from Newton. But Einstein would boldly disagree with this view. To him, gravity is not a force at all. Einstein believed gravity is an illusion, not a real force. The ball isn't falling, the ground is rising up. A shocking contradiction between these two geniuses. This wasn't their only clash in understanding reality. Place a ball on a table, Newton would say it's at rest, but Einstein would say the ball is under acceleration force. Two geniuses, two completely different ways of seeing reality. Despite proving Newton's gravity incomplete through relativity, Einstein still declared Newton to be the greater genius. Why would Einstein say this about his predecessor? Was it humility, or did he see something deeper? This question has the same energy as chess grandmasters. Magnus Carlsen, rated best in history, named Garry Kasparov. So, are the things we were taught about gravity wrong? Today we will uncover why we still study Newton's laws. We'll explore the exact flaws Einstein spotted in Newton's framework, and how Einstein fixed these fundamental problems. We'll examine the famous experiment visualizing Einstein's gravity, and why this experiment may actually mislead us. Finally, why Einstein saw Newton as greater despite disproving him. This journey will shake your understanding of physics. It will challenge your very perception of reality itself. Nearly 400 years ago, Galileo stood at science's edge. In 1633, the Roman Church threatened him with death. They threatened him for spreading revolutionary ideas. Galileo said Earth was not the center of the universe. His telescopes revealed moons orbiting Jupiter clearly. Venus showed phases only possible if it orbited the Sun. His evidence shattered the geocentric model completely, but the Church refused to accept this truth. For daring to speak reality, Galileo was imprisoned for life. He died in silence, punished for his visionary thinking. But destiny works in strange and mysterious ways. That same year, 1642, on Christmas Day, another child was born in Lincolnshire, England. It was as if Galileo's spirit had returned. This child would grow up to be Isaac Newton, the man destined to carry forward the torch of truth. Newton's childhood, however, was far from easy. Born to a troubled family, his father died early. His mother remarried, leaving young Isaac with grandparents. This abandonment scarred him deeply throughout his life. Biographies reveal his dark personality traits and aloofness. Mistrust, obsession, even disturbing thoughts of revenge emerged. But within that storm lay seeds of unmatched genius. By age 15, his mother wanted him to farm, but Newton was cut from a different cloth entirely. While others plowed fields, he sat solving math problems. Recognizing his extraordinary mind, his schoolmaster intervened. He convinced Newton's mother to let him study at Cambridge. That decision changed the history of science forever. At Cambridge, Newton realized something astonishing about education. The university was still teaching outdated Aristotelian physics. Ideas like heavier objects fall faster were still taught, or that motion requires constant force to continue. Newton couldn't accept these outdated beliefs anymore. He had read Galileo, who proved these wrong. And so, Newton began teaching himself advanced concepts. He filled his private notebook with transformative thoughts. Questions quidem philosophicae, certain philosophical questions. In it, he wrote a profound statement about truth. Plato is my friend, Aristotle is my friend, but my best friend is truth above all. That pursuit of truth led to two profound thoughts. First, he wondered about the force pulling apples down. Could this same force hold the moon in orbit? If so, isn't gravity a universal force? Second, he realized averages weren't enough for motion. He needed a new mathematical tool for change. That tool became what we now call calculus. With universal gravitation and calculus, Newton built physics. His book Principia Mathematica became the Bible of science. For over 2 centuries, his laws ruled the universe. But cracks began to appear in this framework. Mercury's orbit didn't fit Newton's equations properly. Scientists tried to patch it with a hidden planet. They proposed Vulcan, but it never existed. Newton's laws, as powerful, had fundamental limits. Then came Albert Einstein to challenge these limits. A boy once considered slow by his teachers. He didn't speak until he was 4 years old. A quiet dreamer who hated rote learning methods. He rebelled against authority and conventional education. By age 12, he was teaching himself calculus. By 14, running experiments on sound speed and building model engines with his own hands. One obsession consumed him completely: light itself. He constantly asked, what if I rode light? What would I see alongside a light beam? That thought experiment set stage for relativity, which ultimately revealed Newton's gravity was incomplete. Yet in the end, Einstein bowed to Newton, calling him the greater genius of the two. So who was truly smarter in the end? The man who gave us the foundation, or the man who broke it for deeper truth? One thing is certain about both these giants: they didn't just answer existing questions. They changed the very way we ask questions. And that, perhaps, is the real definition of genius. Subscribe, like, and share to see more such interesting videos from Time Flipped.